Welcome to GearCheckGames. This is part 12 of our commentary for Banjo-Kazooie. Last time we completed Gobi's Valley, and today, at long last, we are going to explore the wonderful Mad Monster Mansion.
Ah! Got spooked.
Yes, already. Just those opening notes are enough to send chills down. I love that. Yeah, I wanted to highlight that because I love the little like low-res grunty face on the gate. This level is just bursting at the seams with charm in a game that already has no shortage of it.
And you like never see that gate because the camera's always pointing away from it.
Yeah. That's one of my favorite things about Grunty is just her tendency to put her face on everything. Like at the beginning, I didn't comment on it, but at the beginning of the
Joe
lair,
has a villain type.
Yeah, I guess so. Those ghosts, you're gonna want to obviously use gold feathers to get rid of them, because otherwise they are just going to harass the crap out of you in this maze. They can phase through walls, and that is no fun for anybody.
So they just beeline to you?
Yeah, just use up the feathers. It's fine. You don't need them. But yeah, as I was saying, I love how in the lobby of Grunty's lair, there's just a giant portrait of her, kind of like... it's almost like she's like sizing you up as you go in. It's like, well, look who's here.
Banjo, are you approaching me?
Yes.
There's my obligatory JoJo reference of the day.
Banjo-Joe's Bizarre Adventure.
Gruntadio.
Grundio. So I know Dan and I have mentioned that this is our favorite level. Ethan, where does Mad Monster Mansion rank on the tier list for you?
I would say it's probably my favorite level. I say it's this or possibly Gobi's Valley. But yeah, this one's really good because like usually you have
I love it when there's no dissent among us.
I love it's an interesting level. It's an interesting level because like most platformers have like, oh, it's the desert level, oh, it's the forest level. Where this one it's like different because there's really not much of like a haunted house level. So it's like really creative.
Well, it covers a lot of its. It does a lot with its like the general theme of like let's just say like the cartoon horror aesthetic, like because we get like the kind of this spooky like garden maze, the mansion obviously. There's a church off to the side. There's like an old shed with like a Ouija board inside.
Nice.
It's just they just did a lot. It feels like a very well realized take on the theme. And that is not how you're meant to get this jiggy. Apparently these floorboards like generate the loudest noises in existence because
like my
lightly
house,
stepping on them wakes up the ghost, and we can't get the jiggy while he's awake.
Did you say there's a Ouija board in this game?
Yeah, there's a whole minigame. Like I think it's in this episode.
Like Zoinks Kazooie, we gotta summon a demon.
And that demon's name is the engine room from Rusty Bucket Bay. But we'll get to that later. So yeah, nothing much we can do there yet. We're gonna have to come in via a different method.
Do you have to become Quiet Ant?
Not that method.
Or Quiet Termite?
Yes, the quiet flavored
Quiet
ant.
ant.
God.
That's my Metal Gear code name. Quiet Ant.
I was getting ready to say that.
Quiet Ant and Danger Walrus. God, we haven't even gotten to Twin Snakes yet, and it's already just wannabe Foxhound members up the wazoo.
Qui-Gon Ant is my favorite Star Wars character.
Qui-Gon Ant. Oh yeah, that fellow right there is... So Banjo-Kazooie was originally intended to be a Super Nintendo game before it was Banjo-Kazooie, Project Dream. It was more of like an adventure-style, like pirate-themed game, and that was going to be the villain, Captain Black-Eye. Obviously that never got made because they shifted their priorities and made this instead. So in Banjo-Tooie, in Jolly Roger's Lagoon, you can actually go and visit a drunken Captain Black-Eye who's like depressed and angry that a bear, quote-unquote, stole his glory.
Oh. And what is he in 2E? You say?
Yeah, he's in Tui in the water stage.
That's great.
Yeah, never let a good idea go to waste, I guess.
Yeah. Well, this is some old rum.
Put it in Donkey Kong 64.
Oof.
Yeah, this rum is so old that it's evaporated.
What's the year on the one that's covered up? I feel like that's probably a reference to something.
1881.
The year Rare was founded.
1881?
Actually, fun fact regarding the late 1800s. So in high school, I was in an economics class, and we had to write a report about like the history of a business. And I remember like one of the only point deductions that I got on that paper was because I listed the founding year of Nintendo as in like the 1800s. And I had to like tell the teacher, I had to be that guy and be like, actually, this is true. Nintendo has been around for over 100 years.
Yeah.
So
wait, you schooled your teacher?
Yeah, and she changed my grade.
Nice.
I mean, I wasn't a jerk about it, or I wasn't trying to be anyway, but I just like this. I mean, these are the facts.
Did you push up your glasses when you said it?
Wait,
Not deliberately, but they probably were slipping off knowing me.
How are you supposed to get the honeycomb, Joe?
Gonna eat honeycomb.
I guess we're gonna have. If only we were smaller.
Just get on your hands and knees and reach under the floorboards.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's
Kazooie.
here under the floorboard.
I can imagine Banjo like on his hands and knees holding Kazooie by the ankles, like pushing her under the couch to like reach for the remote.
Oh, $20. I wanted a Jiggy.
He wouldn't have to find much change for laundry, because he only has one pair of clothes, pants.
You ready for the greatest NPC name of all time?
What the hell? Lago?
Yes, for whatever reason, Rare has always seemed to have a propensity for scatological humor in their games, and Lago is just this game's iteration of that.
That sounds like a bunch of toilet humor.
Yeah.
This guy.
Although it's not nearly as dire as that would get in, like, Conker's Bad Fur Day, where we have,
entire poop world.
A poop world and a singing pile of feces.
Hey, that song is amazing, though.
It is. And then they censored it in the Xbox remake.
Yeah.
They did?
Censored a lot of things in the Xbox remake.
Yeah, they, like, bleeped it out. It's weird. It's like they were, like, bleeping out swear words in this M-rated game, and it's like, what? What is the purpose of this?
When Nintendo is more willing to have a curse word than Microsoft.
I guess. Actually, I know that at least, I think after the release of Conker's Bad Fur Day in the US, Nintendo, like, regretted publishing it because it was, like, so raunchy. And so when they released it in Europe, it was published by THQ and not Nintendo. And as far as I know, I don't think Conker ever got released in Japan.
So, like, the American Conker is, like, the way to do it, then.
I guess so. Actually, Dan, I to this day, I haven't finished Conker. I've, like, played around in it a little bit, but not gotten very far. What's your assessment of Conker's Bad Fur Day?
It's a game that's really rough around the edges, especially in terms of, like, gameplay and controls. But it's a really charming game that is it's one of those games that, like, you play... I've described it before as one of those games that, like, when you're playing it, it can be pretty frustrating, and, like, you're probably going to be complaining about a lot of things, but once you're done with it, you look back and you're like, you know what, I'm really glad I played that. That was a good experience.
Well, certainly unique, like, I mean...
Yeah.
How many games do you know, especially from that time period, that used, like, that cutesy aesthetic to make so many, like... Terrible jokes.
I like that this level has so many, like, little pockets of goodies. So you, like, really have to look.
Speaking of which, so this is the payoff to the whole, like, ghost sneaking thing. I guess these cushions on these chairs are silent? And also, by proxy, the wood that this table is made of, because, I mean, we were just straight up able to run inside this ghost.
Now it's going.
He's like a slime monster.
Yeah, I always thought that was a weird rhyme, Dan.
Yeah.
Maybe they pronounce Sean as Sean?
I don't think so.
Sean!
Sean!
Oh yeah, that's a weird flight pad, because you just launch up and just get impaled by the chandelier.
I don't think I'm gonna turn the camera around. Yeah. Is there a portrait of Mumbo in this room?
There might be.
Why does Grunty have a portrait of Mumbo in her mansion?
Maybe they're ex-lovers.
Maybe.
You like magic? I like magic.
We don't talk about the divorce settlement.
It was only a matter of time, Ethan.
Yeah, we all know that divorce is now canon in the Banjo-Kazooie.
Their love was simply too hot to last.
Break open the gate, you dummy. I mean, that's not gonna come back and bite me later.
Grunty and Mumbo have a lot in common. She's like, I'm green and covered in warts, and you look like Hamburger. We're the perfect match.
And you look like the Pain when he takes off his mask.
Oh, God.
Just a giant cartoonish skull.
Yeah. What, Skeletor?
No, the Pain.
Oh.
He's got a big Mumbo skull.
Honestly, that would make a lot more sense. He says he's always in pain. If he's just like a skull man, that would make sense.
I guess.
Yeah, what if he was just a skeleton being controlled by bees?
Tumblar
That
the
will be
mighty.
something. So here's your Ouija board room.
Yeah.
You have to avoid the purple.
Where we
purple
once
man.
again have to spell Banjo-Kazooie to solve the puzzle and get the Jiggy.
But we didn't see what it spells like, so like, how are we gonna know?
I don't know. I feel like this is... Okay, this isn't a big deal, but like... Does anybody else feel like they should have just given you like a static camera angle for this? Or is part of the challenge supposed to be that you like remember where the letters are?
Yeah, I think that's part of it. Because like he moves in a circle, so sometimes he'll be out of the camera.
Yeah.
Be out of camera.
It just feels kind of awkward, like as is.
So what do you summon if you spell Banjo-Kazooie?
You summon Banjo-Kazooie.
The Jiggy is really a demon in disguise.
You summon like doppelganger versions of them?
You summon the real Banjo and Kazooie.
Yeah.
They were trapped in the underworld.
It's just a realistic bear and a bird.
I would have laughed if that little shot glass just like shattered.
I'm gonna be honest, I thought that's what he did. But then he just faded out of existence like, my final message.
I'm off to
Bring it me now.
the great cabinet in the sky.
Truly an afterlife to look forward to.
That's what Pixar's next movie should be. They had like cars that come alive, toys that come alive. Let's do kitchen utensils that come alive. Why not?
Shot glasses that come alive.
But then they're just ripping off Beauty and the Beast.
Disney Pixar's Fork. I guess that was Toy Story 4, never mind.
Yeah, they already did
Ethan,
that.
I hate to disappoint, but they're way ahead of you.
Damn. Well, how are you supposed to get those?
Just take the hit, I guess.
Oh, you have to like walk all the way around. I get it.
I think you're supposed to just stand on top of the well and like fly to it.
Yeah.
Or glide to it, I guess.
Is there... I know we've like blown smoke up this soundtrack's ass a lot, but is there a sound test mode in this game?
Unfortunately not in this one, but there is in Tui. Your
Okay.
reward for collecting all of the Cheeto pages in Tui is a jukebox, where you can play any song that you've already heard in the game for free. Yeah, I don't understand what happened either, but
So you're...
I'll take it.
We take those.
You're immune?
Too far.
Oh, what's the explanation?
No fun little character telling you why you got hurt in this water.
Yeah.
Just green water with googly eyes.
Never mind, this is the worst level.
Maybe the water is like filled with ghosts. And I could have sworn you could destroy that thing
filled with spook.
Yeah, I guess.
That is
I could have
such a
sworn you could destroy that tentacle with gold feathers, but I guess not.
You probably can, but the water cancels your gold feathers.
So you gotta jump into it.
Oof.
I guess that makes sense.
We're gonna get a game over, aren't we?
Also, you can take out those skeletons similarly to the ghosts, as Dan mentioned with the mummies in Gobi's Valley.
Uh-huh.
You gotta use Wonder Wing.
Oh no.
First, we gotta go to church.
I don't think you're going to church.
So, the joke I was gonna make earlier, while
Didn't
you were
open the
trying to sneak
gate!
up on the...
Oops.
While you were trying to sneak up on the ghost, was, do you have to get your sneakers? Is that not an upgrade?
Not quite.
I like that the camera shows you that angle so that you can just see Banjo and Kazooie staring at the door as it closes, like,
Desperation.
You can see how close you were.
Oh, he looks so sad when you hit him.
It's like, no, my miserable existence as a gravestone is cut short.
Aw. Oh, wait, what?
Yeah.
It's a secret room.
It's a ammo refill room. But I'm already maxed out, so it's not really doing me any good.
I think this
Well,
is
you
one of the
definitely
few
need the
rooms
health.
in the game that's actually just like a pure secret. Like it
Right.
doesn't have anything in it that's needed for 100% completion.
Yeah, no collectibles here apart from, like, ammo.
Well, honestly, this level's been a little meaner to you than other levels, so makes sense that it would be in a level like this.
Well, has the level been meaner, or have I just been playing sloppier? Because it might be a little of both, honestly.
Who's playing stupid? Hey,
No, I'm playing Banjo-Kazooie. The only way I know how. Stupidly.
Did they say thank you, or did they say what I thought they said?
I see you thought the same thing that everyone else thinks.
Yeah!
The thing that Nintendo thought, and they made him change it repeatedly, according to his interview.
If they made them change it repeatedly, I feel like they might have been intentionally making it unclear whether it's thank you or the other one.
Yeah.
That's... I'm looking at you, Rare.
I mean, use your ears. You be the judge.
It's like when you're obviously trying to do some like. So when you're obviously trying to do something like mom and dad or like a teacher or something calls you out on it, and you're just a little kid, you're just like, I don't know what you're talking about.
I said thank you.
Obviously, it says thank you.
I can't believe Nintendo got upset about that, but not the giant phallus rock in Pterodactyl Land in Tooie. Like, I still cannot, to this day, believe that made it into the game.
This is kind of a precarious place to find collectibles.
Yeah, maybe we shouldn't be having these conversations about raunchy content on top of a church.
I thought you were gonna say maybe we shouldn't be talking about this in case Nintendo watches and they're like, wait a minute, there's a phallic rock in one of the games, and they make Rare go back and change it.
Welcome to the church.
You don't publish our games anymore. Irrelevant.
Can you see Banjo in a priest's outfit? Welcome to the Church of Banjo. Put your jickies in the plate.
The Lord, Jesus, and the Holy Gahook.
God.
Jesus.
I can definitely see Banjo in like a Mormon outfit with like his hands together in front of him.
Aww. And then Banjo went into the church and nothing happened. The end.
Good night, everyone.
Good night, and join us next time for the conclusion of Mad Monster Mansion. as well as a delightful / worthless transformation.
Oh.
I like it.
I also like it, but let's be real, it's just... We'll talk about it next time.
Is it Banjo in leggings with a sniper rifle?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes.